Hi everyone, welcome to Trading with T, and we're gonna get started real quick on some possible setups for the week. And then we're gonna start. I'm just letting everyone join before I start. Thank y'all for being patient. I appreciate everyone for getting on and learning with me, and I hope y'all take something away from everything. Nothing's 100%. There's going to be trades that do go your way, but the most important thing that you remember is that you live to trade another day. You learned a lesson. Now apply that lesson to trade another day. A loan account is only a big loss if you feel and take it emotionally. If you can take a loss emotionlessly, you've kind of mastered that psychological part of trading. And I feel like that's all you need. I'm gonna get started real soon. So if you're watching this, usually I only go through like a couple of pairs. Usually it's GU, EU, or something like that. But I decided to switch it up this week. So this week, of course, GU is always on the menu. She just so good. But GU, GJ, UJ, and Go. 4 pairs, 4 brink trades, more money. That's what we're hoping for. So all right. So I guess this is whoever's gonna get on. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. So share. Okay. So let's start with UJ. I like to start my charts on on lower time frames because, not on lower time frames, higher time frames when I start my marking up process. So, UJ. This is UJ. UJ in a while. Would have been like so profitable. So, anyways, but what I do is when I mark up, the first thing I do is I change this to a line chart. And then I go in and I label, label monthly of like either major reversal or true support or resistance. I want to see where I am between the two. True support being down here, true resistance being up here. So with that being said, I just do that, just like make little lines and such. It goes right here. And the difference between the blue lines and the red lines is that one's for the daily, one's for the monthly that I'm on right now, and one is for what I see on the weekly charts as major zones. So the difference, once I do this, I'll change it back to candles. Boom. You'll see how these zones, I like to call it, that's why I have highlighted boxes, these are major reversal areas. This right here, boom, as it goes. So if you consider yourself more of a zone trader or you're looking for areas of major reversal, this is something that you might want to implement in your strategy. Going to change it from lines and then marking those zones. Because I feel like it's easier to see rather than a whole bunch of candles of wicks and you're just like worried about getting it right. Nevertheless. So then you move to the lower time frame, just depending on what type of trader you are. I kind of consider myself a swinger or an intraday trader. To the lower time frames. Now you can see even more so. Rectangles or boxes. So you see here, it's the year with UJ here, right? We were selling. That's how we started the year with UJ. We were selling. And notice if I go back to the monthly chart, we are selling here, beginning of the year. This candle right here, bear, oh, but the monthly closes like kind of like a spinning top in a way, or a very small, but this is indicating price action reversal. What happened in April? We were a bull. Oh, the month of April, we made major moves. In the month of May, we're making major moves. So, mind what the candles are closing on higher time frames. Again, bearish candles. And, okay, then we move to the daily. Okay. So, again, bearish, bullish. And we've made Elliott waves on the way down and on the way up. And this is a corrective wave. Now, see, this is a major area, either on the weekly or the monthly. And this area just so happens from this high, which is actually from last year. Well, actually 2 years ago, not last year. That is last year. I'm tripping. Did I say 2017? Yeah, that's last year. Wow. So last year, into the low that was made in March this year. And this zone is on the 61.8. And if you know anything about trading and numbers and all that, hip law, that's a very significant thing. And then, interesting enough, when I go and make, let's compare it to the self-id, where price action stops is in this zone area too. So on the 61.8. So this to me means there is a major reversal happening. Major. That's going to happen right here. If we are price action traders and are really relying on indicating, it looks like we're going to be going for a sell on the indicator. But indicators kind of tell me what I should already see in a way. So with that being said, me looking left and seeing where I was the last time I hit this area, I made this type pattern. What I mean by this is, pin bar, we made this move, and then we continue down. Well, over here, it reached supply. Yet we're gonna assume that it's not gonna break it. We're gonna assume it doesn't break it. So it is reasonable for me to assume that this is gonna drop. How far? It's not 100% known, but what I do know is that if I was looking at this and where I would my profit or whatever, the first thing I would be looking at is a trend line hit. So from here to here, that's about, let's say, I'll try to get it exact this time for you guys. It's about 150, 60, 70 pips. And that's just to the 23.6. Basically kind of hitting this trend line. That's a good take profit. And that's a good amount of pips that you can get. One trade, hold it for that long. How long will it take for it to get there? Not knowing, but that's a possible 150 to 170 pips that you have right there in one trade. You know? But we have to take in things account. So let's say that we actually break the 61.8 and actually go up to the 100. So let's just say that happens. Or we go up here, but we follow price action that's happened here, or that's happened here. This is a major. With me just looking at the daily, I'm just okay. So either we're gonna hit the trend line, on a down. It's a very possibility that we are actually going to be buying EJ. That's the whole part of the analysis. So this is just me saying, oh, believe UJ if it doesn't break this supply zone, in fact, break this supply zone, then obviously we still have a little ways to go up. And it's like I said, if once it touches here, or here, it's very positive to how these candles are closing and what it's looking like. So this little markup up here. Then I have a corrective wave. Okay, and a corrective wave. Corrective waves, same thing. So if I make this wave here, or maybe this could be another Elliott wave. Again, even if this was another Elliott wave, guys, it's to happen because, oops, because look what we have here. lower, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low. Ooh, it's another Elliott wave as well. Okay, cool. Be a corrective wave. Either two are possible. So even such, once we reach the end of a 5 wave, we're expecting another impulse. So in the we had the impulse down. Impulse of this 5, we had ended this 5 impulse up. Okay. So we ended this 5. It looks reasonable for me to say, okay, well, if this support is continually not broken, then the wave would go down. Even such, when you have something going up, it has to come down. There has to be a retrace of some sort of thing about like related pairs and stuff like that. UJ and gold are the opposite. So if UJ goes down, going up. If gold goes down, then UJ is going up. Since gold is actually going down right now, I'm looking at it on my MetaTrader 4 as I look over this chart with you guys. Gold has dropped from the level where it was. So since it is Sunday and going into Monday, for me personally, I need more like any new impulse, but it's very, very clear. When I do these markups, I'm showing you that it's about to happen. You need to pay attention to this pair. I'm not giving you like a signal. I'm not trying to say you should buy this, you should buy that. I'm not like trading for 5 years, so I wouldn't feel like really comfortable telling a whole bunch of people, hey, you should do this. But what I will do is say, hey, you should look at this. This is what I'm seeing, and I feel like a lot of other people are seeing it too. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to get people to see. I'm trying to get people to see and understand and how to have a simple strategy. So I just moved from monthly to hourly. Simple as that. Structure. If this wick was tested like almost exactly, if this wick was actually tested almost exactly, then we would have it. Prices come close to this week, but it hasn't like touched the exact part. So it's just like, or some type of it could possibly, if it goes down, this could be an inverted head and shoulders because you have the head, shoulders. That could also work. So we were saying, oh, or someone saying, oh, you should sell. Well, if your head and shoulders to complete this shoulder, this would have to go down. Essentially, if it's an inverted head and shoulders. So I like to keep stuff like that in mind. I think UJ is going to give us some good pips this week. And if you're paying attention to RSI and stuff like that, all of these indications is like, I just really feel like UJ could possibly go up a little bit. It's possible. There's nothing that you could 100% know. It's possible UJ can go up a little bit or it can go up all the way and make a whole other impulse to the upside. But to me right now, I'm definitely looking for a little drop to this trend line, or at least this later shoulders not gonna drag y'all out. Not gonna drag it out. So I've been looking at GJ for a little bit. All right. Again, my charts. Starting with the monthly, go with these line charts. In my important zone, I don't like too many lines, and it looks like a lot, but do it calls out to you. So with that being said, adjust these a little bit. So I'll act like I'm marking it up like I would myself. Boom. That's just my price not up there. Line chart, all that. Change the candles. Go to the weekly. And I do I do want to see how this monthly candles have been closing. So I just wanted to show you guys monthly candles again. These actually are important. So a lot of bull monthly. Overall, we were going up. Then, the last couple of months, we actually been going down. We had a couple of bull months, the last 2 months, February, March. And now in May, it looks like we went down. So what I noticed about this, or these candles in particular, is that they're not huge candles like these ones. They're more like, kind of pin bar, doji, something that indicates reversal, like this. Boom. Reversal. Boom. Continuation, just depends. Like, dojis on higher time frames can be reversal or a continuation. So right here, continuation. Here, reversal to the upside, set it down. Reversal to the upside. Then we continue. So now we have this bull candle that still hasn't closed yet, so we can't say if it's on bullet. It's gonna close bullet bear, but right now it is bear. So last week, or the last 2 weeks, we've been having some bullish momentum, and now we've reached on this particular fib, we have reached the 50%. And on this sell fib, and this is the bottom one, we've reached the 38.2. So if anyone kind of knows the difference or between all the fibs, 38.2, you usually have like an aggressive like retracement, pullback, whatever. It's usually like a pretty good like move that you want to catch. So in this case, it reversed to the downside. Okay, in this case, it continued up. All right. So when I'm looking and analyzing things, I want to see how they can line up from two different trends. But then one, I can make a sell fib to account for the downward movement that this pair might make, but I also am going to make a fib on the most recent price action, like in this area. So here, I'm going to make wherever I see most recent bullish activity, just to compare the two, how they line up. So 38.2, 50 area. If anyone knows anything about markets and structure like that, the market likes to give you back 50%. So with that being said, now going down to the daily, more price action. So the daily made it a little lopsided in, but I'm pretty sure you guys can like see this. This is in, right? It's this 50, right? So the way that the candle closes is important. So I don't know if you guys, the ones that are watching this, I don't know if you guys have seen this picture that I've sent of the candlesticks, but it looks like this. And basically, it kind of like shows you like major reversal candles kind of look. So when you see like a hammer, a pin bar, engulfing candles, yada 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 yada. So with this being said, this right here and this right here. So these is what we would call railroad candles, because they're like the same candle, kind of have like the same like wick length, and those indicate reversal. So like this candle closed there will move. So paying attention to how candles close. Last week the candle closed as bear, and this candle right here is opened up, starting out bull. So what I would be wanting to see if I'm looking for a buy and this candle does close as bull, I would want to see, of course, this level broken, because number one, this is, like I said, this is on the 38.2, and this is a major price action right here. GJ is a yen pair, so there's a lot of volatility with these pairs, and it's really important to look to the left when you are analyzing and looking at yen pairs. I usually didn't try to look at yen pairs because they're so volatile, until I realized, well, if you can trade one thing, you should be able to trade a couple of other things, price action, and kind of how you can tell like a reversal pattern and stuff like that, like kind of how the market works. Like if you get a feel for the terminology, how things look, like, oh, okay, this is setting up a reversal. Like here, all these bunches of candles, they're kind of all like doing the same thing. Then you got railroad candle here, reversal. Like all of these are signs, reversal, boom, railroad candles, reversal, boom. So when I see this level being hit, what I would need to confirm for a buy, in this case, I need this level to be broken, retested, and kept going. So whether it's a wick or not, somehow it needs to break and have another candle touch it, not even just on the daily, general, for me to say, oh, it's going up. Same thing on the bottom, test it, and then go down. So moving to a lower time frame. Let me delete these. So the 4-hour candle closes are pretty important too. So you can see here how on the 50%, the level was somewhat broken and then tested again, but it hasn't been broken again. So it broke to the downside, but it came back to touch still. So we would need more price action, like to determine, okay, for the week, what is this overall trend? So, but if I'm looking at this is a W. So after this W, it went down. And then from there, higher low, higher low, higher low. And this is, so if we have a higher low here, it would make sense to have a higher high, or, which is very possible with the pairs because they're volatile, and you would also kind of want to pay attention to like the news and like the strength of the different currencies, since it says that it's bull, but right now it's making that more bearish movement. So because of all of this, all of where the prices align, the 50 and the 38.2, I'm definitely going to be looking for a big reversal. On all of the time frames, if you were paying attention to the RSI, at the bottom, all of the time frames will say, oh, okay, well, it's going to reverse. It's in this reversal pattern. And if you also do divergence, if you also are one of those that use divergence, you definitely want to see that on the RSI. I don't really see too much as of right now that's like hella important, but there are certain things such as hidden divergence. So I'm not a pro at it, but I kind of do know when to recognize it when it's striking out at me and nothing too much, because number one, it's Sunday and you're not going to see that much on a Sunday. So again, with the breakout retesting, this is this. And this could also be considered a kill zone. So it went up, tested, but didn't go much further up. But it went down, tested. So it's very possible that it could go up again, test this area, and then shoot back down. So again, I'm not giving any signals. I'm not, like guaranteeing anything, but I do like to talk about pairs that I see something really good on, like a good opportunity. And let's see, GU, that's my girl. So I'll spare you guys all of the candle talk. Not the candle talk, but the and all that, because I think I've explained that. So what I do want to focus on is the candle closes on GU. Wow. Like, just wow. These last 2 months, there. Cool. It's pretty cool. So the funny thing is that when I made this buy fib right here, is that we align perfectly on 38.2 in this like kind of demand zone. It's kind of the same area, right? That's weird. Also, another thing I noticed, GU has not gone past 1.34 500. Has not breaking that. And that is the low of the year. This is the low of the year. What we're seeing right now is the low of the year. We got close to the beginning of the year and then we just went up. But we're at the low of the year again on the monthly. So if we passed 1.35 right now, as of right now, and we haven't broken past 1.3500, that's something to look at. So weekly. Okay. So again, paying attention to how candles close. Doji. Bear candle. And this one looks like it's starting to come out as a bear. But again, the week just started. So it's just getting started. It's preparing itself. But this doji next to this bear candle is just like, okay. Keeping that in mind when I'm looking at stuff. So then going to the daily. Elliott wave. Right? Corrective wave. And then ever since it happened, this little downward move happened, we haven't been able to break 1.36. So we can't break 1.34500 and we can't break 1.36. So we're in this like pip zone. Like we're in this pip zone that we just can't seem to get out of. And it's kind of cool to me at one point, but at the same time, it's just like, well, gosh, So that's our pip range that we're looking at. So with that being said, again, looking at all the other candles around, if you're looking at this, if I was looking at this, I'm like, that kind of looks like consolidation on a bigger time frame, like on a larger scale. Like, because it's not doing real moves. It's not making higher highs, higher lows. We're literally sitting in an area, like sitting ducks, and we're waiting for something to happen. It's just literally we're waiting for like a action. If it's gonna break out to the bottom or the top, regardless, we don't care. We just need to see something. We need to see true price action. But the one thing that's always stuck with me in my trading is that consolidation makes structure. So regardless, you're gonna be looking out for something big, especially since it's been consolidating since like the beginning of the month. Essentially, if you want to keep it real, like the most that you could probably do on GU right now. I mean, technically you could have made that whole little 100 pip swing, but I mean, like, unless you were holding it from this wick all the way down, you're not getting that much off of it unless you're just like scalping. Like, you're not getting big pip amounts like you on like GJ, like 300, 400 pips. That's not happening on GU right now. So, again, this level right here has not been broken on GU. Hasn't at all. So, and there hasn't even been like any indication, like a true indication of a buy like this. I mean, look at this. If you're looking at this, if you're on the 1 hour, you feel like, well, this is literally consolidation. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So at this point, I don't care if GU breaks to the bottom or the top, but it needs to break somewhere quick because I don't like to scalp. It gives me anxiety. So no, it's not going to work for me. But like I said, if this 1.34 500 area does not get broken, like at all, I think that we can look for a buy. But if it breaks, then I'm going to be looking for probably a continuation because this is the low of the year. And it's in this same little area that these candles are at, literally are on my supply zone. My supply zone is 1.34515. And look how close we are to that. So if we break the supply zone, we're looking for a major reversal, regardless. If it breaks, it has to retest. And if it retests and then it breaks out to the above, cool. If it breaks, retests this supply and goes down, cool. But I want a true breakout on GU for once. I don't want any of this scalping nonsense. I don't want to like try to catch big little candles like this just to get out. I want to hold something. I'm a swinger. That's what I like to do. I like to intraday trade and all that, but I like to hold positions for the most part too. So again, just looking at how these candles are, all of them are signifying like major reversals. So it's just like at this point, either we need some news or be like, let's just to hell with GU or to the moon with GU. Let's do something with GU. But again, we've touched the same area once before, so it has touched it again. So double bottom, boop boop, double bottom. If it touched, boop, double bottom. And usually, what happens when we have a double bottom? To the moon. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on GU. Of course, there's a little bit of room for it to go down a little bit, but I really want to see a GU buy. I want to see, at least if it doesn't buy, I want to see a good impulse. So, yeah. And that's about all I have for you guys today. I said I was going to do gold, but I really don't have experience trading gold too much. So I did actually mark it up on my MetaTrader 4 and on my computer. And if you guys want to just see that for a second, or I can send it to you guys or whatever. Basically, it's Elliott waves. And so basically it's made its Elliott waves. And so what I want to see on here is some good price action for a reversal. So if you want to technical, if you guys see this, this is the Elliott wave that gold has made. And you can see that it's made 2, and I have it making that 5. at the end, 5 wave. And you know what usually happens at the 5 wave? We have an impulse, so we dropped, and gold is currently dropping because it just ended this 5 wave. So, just looking at price action and stuff like that, where gold is right now, it looks like it's in a very important area for reversal. Gold being where that line is and where all the area is. So we went up, we dropped, we went up, all in this area. So in this such case, since the last couple of candles have been closing as doji and such, we're definitely going to be looking for a new impulse, a new retracement or reversal. Regardless, there's going to be something that happens real big on gold. I just feel it. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for gold. I'm going to be looking out for like a true breakout. On the hour right now, we're dropping, and like I said, the way these candles are closing, these are major clues. Like all this, we have ever since the market opened, we've been having this bearish momentum. So I'm gonna keep my looks out for gold, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Thank everyone for getting on, everyone that'll watch this. I really appreciate all the support, you guys. I want us to learn together, trade together, and get money together. So y'all have a great night, and just trade with T.